Hello. I want to do a movie review of a cartoon that I watched yesterday that is really awesome and charming and that I love. And the movie is called A Monster in Paris. And here's a picture of it. Wow! Sorry. That's a picture of it. So that's them. This is the French poster, so it's like um, written in French. Un monstre à Paris. So basically, a little anecdote that I have for why I watched it was because I was watching The Little Prince on Netflix because I love that book, The Little Prince, and the cartoon was on Netflix. So I was watching that, and when I finished it, I went to close the window of on my MacBook. Yeah, and I closed it, and instead of closing it, somehow I clicked something, and this cartoon popped up, random cartoon. I don't even know what I clicked, and it was A Monster in Paris. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that was kind of interesting. Because I love cartoons, so I'm always interested in when I see a cartoon, like, I like to check them out. So I gave it a little bit of, like, a few seconds, and I was like, this looks pretty good, this looks pretty interesting, intriguing. So then I quickly did just a Google search of the name of Monster in Paris, and like, it came up with a really good score and stuff on reviews and things. So that kind of made it a bit more promising, even though I don't really care about reviews too much. Like, a lot of movies that I really like have really low scores, but it always is when it says really high score on, like, reviews, you think, oh, okay, let's give it a good shot. But anyways, what happened was it was like 10:30 at night, and so I started watching it. So I rewound it to the start, started watching it, and my sister was there as well, so she was just doing some other stuff. But then when this came on, she was like, oh, she sat down there and just watched it as well, and we both just started to really like it. Like, it's just so charming and entertaining and awesome. Like, it was like, when I was watching, I was thinking, because this was like a cartoon I had never ever heard of, like, and I thought it was like usually fairly on top of cartoons and stuff, because, like, I'm always watching, Pixar stuff, DreamWorks stuff, all that cartoons. If it's a good cartoon, like, I really love to check it out. So, but I just had not heard of this at all. So the fact that I was watching it, it was like, yeah, and it was really good. Like, I really liked it. So basically now, that anecdote of how I went to watch it, which was like an accidental click. Basically, the storyline of this, just so you get some idea of what it's like, is it's set in Paris during like 1910 kind of period. And what's cool is like, it's like, Paris is flooded at this stage. Because actually, when we were watching it, my sister and I goes, is the Eiffel Tower on water? Because, like, in this cartoon, it's on water, and we were actually in Paris, and I don't remember any water underneath the Eiffel Tower when we were standing there. when we went past it. But I was thinking to myself, this is like French people making this cartoon, so I think they know what they're talking about, so it must be. Maybe we've remembered wrong or something. Anyways, the basic plot, just so you get an idea of what it's about, is a flea gets turned by some, like, chemicals, like mad scientist stuff, into a 7-foot humanoid, like a human type size, and also ends up with a really good singing voice plus other talents. And yeah, that's kind of the premise of it, and it's just like really charming, awesome movie. Like, before I forget, it's directed by Bibo Bergeron. He's a French person who directed it, and he's done a lot of other cartoons as well, like Shark's Tale, Road to El Dorado, and he's worked on a lot of stuff as well. He seems really cool, because I was watching a YouTube interview with him by the Rotoscopers or something like that. It was really interesting, actually, this morning. So what is good about this movie is, like, it's got a different feel to the other movies that I watch, like, the usual stuff. Whenever I watch or experience French stuff, like, I always find that they're very different, they're very unique, or European stuff as well. And this has that vibe. It's unique, it's different. Like, because I'm rewatching it again, I like it so much that today's the day after, and I ended up watching it again. And I'm enjoying it as well. Like, I already know the plot, but now I'm just watching it and just savoring it like a delicious sandwich or something like that. What I've noticed is, like, the city feels alive. Like, it looks beautiful. The character designs are really cool and appealing to look at. And in the background, there's people walking. It's like the town's alive. It's funny. Like, the dialogue is really funny and witty, but not like forced humor. Like, this is just like a Seinfeld episode or something. They're just saying stuff that makes you kind of chuckle and stuff. The music is really good. Like, there's some musical numbers where like this character is singing and stuff. It's, you know, it's really, really good music. The music was written by, I think, Sean Lennon and Vanessa Paradis, I think. Or I'm not sure if they both wrote it. I know Sean Lennon definitely wrote stuff. Yeah, it's got a good storyline, fun, adventure, kind of like a caper kind of thing. Made me laugh a lot, and yeah, just fell in love with it. So I really highly recommend this movie if you like cartoons, if you like charming things, or yeah, just want to check it. It's on Netflix, so you can just, like, if you have Netflix, you can easily watch it. A Monster in Paris. Yeah, I really liked it. Like, so much so that I'm just gonna watch it again. Oh yeah, like we're watching it, like, so we started watching it around 10:30, and then it got to about 12, and I was like, telling my sister, okay, let's just stop. Stop watching now, because, you know, we've only just started, like, it's halfway through or something. But or maybe, yeah, we started a bit later than 10:30. But then my sister said, oh, after a while, she was like, can we watch for a few more minutes? And then I go, okay. And we ended up watching the whole thing, like all of it. It's funny, yeah, it's just really funny characters. The characters are really, really likable, and they're funny, and yeah, this review's gone long, but you get the gist that I really like this cartoon. It's like just a accidental misclick that ended up me finding out about this really, really cool cartoon that I really like a lot. Awesome. I highly recommend it.